In this final video of the African American Family History series, I look at some tools, sites and software that may assist your research into the records we talked about in the previous two videos. Now, as a family historian, you'll find hundreds of websites and tools available for you. Now, be very cautious because some of these sites and software may contain viruses and will be unsupported. So stay very alert while browsing outside of the trusted sources that you know and have heard of. But within this video, I'm going to pick out 12 either well-known and some less well-known sites that will be of assistance to the African American genealogist. Now, do your research before paying for subscriptions to ensure that the site you're paying a subscription for will provide the kind of information you need. And many subscription sites have free trials available, especially around the holidays. But let's take a look at these 12. First of all, and one that all genealogists use, is Family Search provided by the Mormon Church. Now, the records are either indexed or image-based, so you have to get very good at searching using the wiki on Family Search to tell you which records to look at. Now, not all records are available from home. In some cases, you have to go to a Mormon Church affiliated library or Family History Center to look at a full set of available records. And some people even travel to Salt Lake City to look at records that are not available online. But this will provide a lot of information, a lot of background. Census availability is pretty good on here, so are birth, marriage, and death records. And associated with Family Search, and by the way, I'm putting a URL here on the screen as well, but associated with Family Search is a Freedmen's Bureau project. Now, we talked about Freedmen's Bureau in video 2, and Family Search is in the process of digitizing the records. So again, a very good place to stop and look around for your African American relatives. And this is part, as I say, of Family Search. A site that may be a little bit less known is Enslaved. Now, this will give you the context story as well as about 1 million records. These are all searchable online, as well as having stories about the generic slave trade that will help you put context to your story. And another one that's probably even further off the beaten path, but looks very useful, is the Digital Library on American Slavery. Now, independent collections are being brought together here through a single site where you can go and search about different resources regarding slavery, and there's family histories on here as well. So well worth a very good visit and look around. A well-known site, probably all genealogists have heard of this site, and many have this site as part of their portfolio. It's the biggest site, it's probably the most popular, and it's the most costly. So it has, if you're planning to do your DNA as well, you can do your DNA here as well. It also links to military and newspaper records. Free subscriptions are available, and free indexes and free records are also available. You can create a free account here before you start paying for it. So again, every genealogist would probably want to make a free account here and look around, even if not paying for a subscription. I talked in the earlier two videos about property being important, trying to track people by property. Federal land conveyances are held at the Bureau of Land Management and certain plat records. So again, if your ancestors had land, this is one place to look, as well as the county and state archives regarding property records. What I would call a Craigslist of genealogy is Cindy's List. Now, this is a very comprehensive site giving links to many other resources. Some of the links are not great, and it has a lot of advertisements on it, but it's again well worth a visit. It has a whole section on African American genealogy. So have a look on this. Just be careful about clicking on some sites that you're not very comfortable clicking on. Make sure obviously you have a virus checker, because some of these sites are secondary sites to Cindy's List, but again, a really good resource for you. The US Gen Web project, they're very much like Cindy's List, but the next level, if you like, maintained by volunteers. It has a lot of state and county records, maps, transcriptions, and photos here. Again, very, very useful and free. I mentioned libraries, I think, for Family Search and certainly for Ancestry. Please join your local library. It's most of them, I would say all of the ones I've seen, have a genealogical section to them, which allows you to access paid and free sites both from home and at the library. So check out your local library. Normally it's free to join, and normally it will give you access. So the Ancestry Library Edition is available through the local libraries here in Florida. So again, every researcher, especially African American researchers, because often there's also an African American research area as well in these libraries. So check out your local library as part of your research portfolio. Now, talking about libraries, the Allen County Public Library has a genealogical center which has the largest research collections available, it says, from African American and Native American gateways. So a little bit off the beaten track, but please go there and have a look around. Add it to your favorite websites because this will provide a lot of information for the African American researcher. I think we mentioned National Archives in an earlier video. There's a lot going on at the National Archives. This is for a free resource. Also check out state and county archives too. There's military records, historical records, and census data here. And there's a number of genealogical societies you can join. There's a number here. There's a Central Florida Genealogical Society. There's different societies based on different interests. This is one that's focused on African American genealogy. So check this out. There's a lot of information on their website. So there are 12 basic tools, but one that is coming online really, really quickly is artificial intelligence. Now, this is not a tool per se, and there's three that I've looked at: ChatGPT, Google Bard, and Bing. Where this will help the genealogist, the African American genealogist, or any genealogist, is you can type a question into any of these artificial intelligence engines, and it will come back and try and answer the question for you. So, for instance, if you was looking for property records for South Carolina, you could type into ChatGPT, where would I find property records for South Carolina, and it will help you out and give you references. These are like supercharged search engines. Still keep using the search engine, but artificial intelligence really you look at as your researching assistants. So if in your mind you think, oh, I wonder how, I wonder where, then go and try and use these ChatGPT, Google Bard, and Bing. Use all three. You will get a different answer from each one. Combine the answer, and it will give you a direction to go to. So 12 sites and a bonus engine, if you like. So good luck with your African American research. I hope you've had time to watch all three videos. Please subscribe to my channel. There's a lot of generic information, especially if you decide to use Ancestry going forward. Thank you.